Welcome back to the channel, guys. So, Sonic Adventure. Talking about a possible remake happening. Well, don't get anything twisted here, guys. I thoroughly enjoyed Sonic Adventure back in 1999, September 9th, when it released on the Sega Dreamcast in the US. But, following Sonic over the years, I'm just not that excited about this, but I could see there being some possibilities. So that's what I want to talk about today. So, Sonic Adventure, it was released in Japan on December 9th, 1998, and then, about a year later, September 9th, 99, we got it in the US, and then I believe September 23rd it came out in the UK or in Europe. Pretty sweet. It is actually the best-selling game on the Dreamcast, sold around 2.5 million copies, so it was a pretty heavy hitter, but in comparison, the Sega Genesis best-selling game was the original Sonic the Hedgehog with over 15 million sold, but I'm pretty sure a good number of those are probably pack-ins. I'm not 100%. Was Sonic the Hedgehog the original one packed in with Genesis's back in the day? I don't remember. I didn't own a Sega Genesis when it came out, but I played the crap out of it because I had friends who had one. Sonic Adventure, it was the first full-on 3D Sonic game, full game. It had a lot going for it. You could play 6 different characters: Sonic, Tails, Knuckles, Amy, Big, E102 Gamma, whatever the frick that robot's name is. Couldn't stand that dude. Just like any other Sonic game, the story was kind of whatever. You were just supposed to collect all the Chaos Emeralds to stop Dr. Robotnik. He was trying to feed them to this Chaos character, this gelatinous, drippy goo dude, to make him more powerful. That way he could destroy the main city. I think the city was Studio City? I don't remember, but he wanted to destroy that bitch, create Robotnik Land. I don't know if that was going to be a theme park or what, but he wanted to create Robotnik Land over the remains of that city. Pretty simple stuff, right? The game was later ported to the GameCube, I believe in 2003. Had some updated visuals and little extras added to the game to make it more enjoyable, maybe. Later on, they did an HD version for the PS3 and Xbox 360 in 2010. Never played that version, but from any guess to me, it's probably the same damn game, just updated visuals. Probably played identical. Now, according to an article in Retro Gamer, pretty sweet ass magazine, I love picking those up, Takeshi Iizuka? I'm not sure if I'm saying his name correctly. My bad. I'm not good with names, dude. He's the current head of Sonic Team. He stated in this big ass article, really good read if you want to jump into that and take a look at it, but the article is pretty big. But there was one part that a lot of people are pointing out where he states the following. He said it was the first high-speed 3D action game that also featured a scenario highlighted with 6 different stories, hence the 6 different characters, right? 6 unique styles of gameplay. It is a unique game offering even 20 years after its release, which, let's be honest, I don't think so. But at the time, it also wasn't just a solitary software release. It was the title to bring people to the Dreamcast, and we were given the budget to make something to showcase the hardware. However, it was the very first 3D game that we worked on, and looking at it now, I can see the rough edges it has, which really makes me want to remake it again. So a lot of people are taking it like, wow, it could quite possibly happen. There could be a remake of Sonic Adventure. Now, I recently played through Sonic Adventure again on the Dreamcast, which I'm highlighting some of the footage behind me here. I am using the Gecko from Baharo Bros. Definitely recommend checking them out. That's how I'm outputting through HDMI and recording. Looks pretty good to me. I will be doing a review of that later, but I recently played through the game and man, it has not aged well. When it first came out, I was ecstatic. I was like, dude, this is flippin' sweet. I played through the game. I don't remember how long it took me, but I don't think it took long. There was a lot of little extras you could do, little missions, little like mini games, I guess. The little KO, cow, whatever the hell you call those little freaks. You could play with them on your virtual memory unit, play with them in a little garden. It was a time sink. It was an okay game. Now looking at it nearly 20 years later, I'm just like Sonic has not evolved much since then. Recently, prior to this, the other Sonic game that I finished was Sonic Forces. Now, playing Sonic Forces fairly recently to when I beat this game again, I'm just like, these games play very similar. They have a lot of the same issues. Sonic Team has not fixed these problems since this game came out. This game is just, I trudged through it. It has bad camera angles, bad camera control. It's like any Sonic game that's been recently released. There's a lot of on-the-rails stuff. There's a lot of things that just trigger and happen and you're not actually playing the game. There's a lot of other weird little things too. With this game in particular, Sonic Adventure, the story makes no damn sense. It doesn't need to make sense. It was a simpler time. It's a simpler genre of game. You don't have to have, Emmy Award nominated storytelling in a game like this, and I don't expect it because most of the time the games I play other than role-playing games, I don't give a shit, whatever you want to say about the story. Sonic, I don't care. I want to get those Chaos Emeralds, let's do it. But you can't skip through any of the lengthy cutscenes in this game. So when this came out, I was under the impression this was going to be Sonic's entry into the new generation, like how Super Mario 64 was. Super Mario 64, to this day, you can go back and play it. I don't care. It is a great game. Some people might say, it hasn't aged well. I argue that. I feel like it's aged exceptionally well. Sure, not the graphics, but the graphics are actually okay. I'm not one of those people who, 3D graphics from the 90s look like crap. It just depends on the game. It depends on the gameplay, the control, all that kind of stuff. And I think Mario 64 holds up very well. But that's what the impression I had was this game was going to be like Super Mario 64. It was going to bring Sonic into a whole new realm. It was going to be awesome. And I kind of, even at that time, trying to reflect back almost 20 years ago, I know I was impressed. But it just did not have that same feeling to me that Mario 64 had, which came out some years prior to this game. And that's unfortunate because I don't think Sonic has had a fair entry into the new generation of 3D gaming that really highlights what it could be. I've played plenty of them. I've not played all the Sonic 3D games that have come out over the years, since the early 2000s and whatnot. So I can't speak on everything, but the games I have played, I have not really enjoyed that much. Sonic Forces was a game that a lot of people knocked, but I do feel it's a superior game to Sonic Adventure for several reasons. It ran smoother. It still had a lot of the same problems though, and I'm not saying it's extremely superior. I'm saying maybe about that much, just a better game, slightly. I know people are gonna knock me for that, saying, how dare you say these things about Sonic Adventure? Play the game again yourself. I was hyped when I heard about this stuff, but then when I replayed this game over the past couple days, I was just like, I really hope deep down that if they remake this game, it's an actual full-on remake. Give justice to Sonic. Make a Sonic game. The game that should have put him into the new generation of gameplay and gaming, the 3D world. Remake that entry into something special and unique. Don't just copy the same layouts. Don't do all the same stuff. Really develop this to be something special in the vein of what Super Mario 64 did for Super Mario Brothers games, from then on out, as far as the 3D entries were concerned, right? That's my biggest concern. If they just release this game, up the graphics, just add some few little extra things you can do, I'm not going to care. If they remake it from the ground up, give the game justice, change the mechanics, change everything, stop that nonsense where it's just on the rails and you could easily fall off if you don't pay attention or if you just don't angle yourself correctly, fix the camera control, do all that stuff and you can have something special. Give Sonic the game he deserves to have in the 3D world. Sonic Mania is an excellent game, but these 3D Sonics, man, something's got to be done. A lot of people don't like the Sonic team of now. people are saying they can't develop a game to save their ass. And Sonic is a character that people hold near and dear to their hearts. And he really needs the game the dude deserves a good game, man. A good 3D game. Get him out there, do something great. If you remake Sonic Adventure, do something special with it. But better yet, just make a good new Sonic 3D game. Stop with all the same problems that have plagued all the previous entries and do something the fans want. I mean, I guess it's easier said than done, but that's what I wanted to talk about. I'm not hyped for it if it does happen, but if they do something unique with it, definitely they'll get my attention. But knowing Sonic Team, I just see them doing a few little tweaks maybe, up in the graphics, that kind of thing, and it's just going to go kind of under the wayside there, guys. So, hey, let me know what you think. Share your comments down below. I read everything. Try to respond to as many people as I can. Really do appreciate you guys. Smash that like button. Make sweet-ass love to that notification bell. You make a mess, it's on you. I can't help with that, so stop asking. I don't remember if I said it, but subscribe if you haven't done so already. You might have forgot to do it, and hey, just reminding you, subscribe. With that said, guys, I will catch y'all next time. Peace out, bye-bye, and boom!